What's going on, everybody? Today we're covering how to take down the water projectile spamming, jellyfish summoning, umbrella riding aquatic witch, better known as Trokka. Some quick disclaimers first. There's no cheese strat involved here, such as linking trance over and over again. We're not using the spirit of advocacy, and we're not equipping any OP gear sets from New Game Plus. First, let's talk strategy. Now, this first bit is true of all boss encounters, but especially so versus Trokka. Stay close to her at all times. She has a variety of different spells and abilities. The best way to stop her spam is to hit her out of the startup. Secondly, use abilities that can hit her from far away or close the gap. The more time you spend in her face, the less of a chance she has to throw projectiles and inflict you with the frost status. Thirdly, you have to nail your counter against her burst attack. She only has one type of burst attack and it's very telegraphed. So this is a super easy way to crush her stamina bar and put her into exhaustion. And fourthly, don't get hit by this gimmick. I'll show you a method to consistently avoid this thing so you'll never be afraid of it again. Before I get to that, let me just say that I'll demonstrate two different ways for dominating this boss fight. The first is using pure fundamentals with no brink guard or reflection. Then I'll show you a second version of the fight with more advanced tips. This more advanced method is quick and easy for farming the Drowned Witch set and its epic crafting material. Guys, I felt so dumb for not figuring out this mechanic sooner. A lot of people in YouTube comments are saying you can just dodge the first projectile and then sprint away from the rest of the barrage. But I could never seem to get it to work. My entire playthrough of the game, I've been using the dodge button to dodge single attacks, and I've been using the sprint button to sprint around the areas. I never once thought of pressing the dodge button and then holding it down. I must have been dropped on my head as a child or something because I never put two and two together.
Pardon me, Mr. Perfect! I guess I forgot that you never ever make a mistake!
But now that I have, this boss fight is so easy. Just dodge the first water orb, hold the button down, and sprint past the rest. Then dodge the final projectile again. It's that simple. If you find yourself running low on stamina, then you can sprint towards the blue jellyfish and it will replenish your stamina bar by quite a bit. Another thing that made this encounter more consistent was to stay on the opposite side of the arena from Trokka. Get as far as possible, then dodge to the right and continue sprinting counterclockwise. This ensures you have plenty of running space in one direction. Hey, if you're enjoying the content so far, please do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe buttons. It really helps out the channel and lets me know which type of content is providing value for you all. Okay, back to the video. As far as the spear and armor we take for this fight, I recommend we go with the Deep Shadow set. That's because we easily make use of the set attributes it provides. Okay, guard penetration is basically doing nothing this fight. I mean, technically, Trokka does guard with her umbrella for like a second, which then triggers her to go into a burst attack, which is actually great for us. But everything else fits into our fighting style because we're always going to be pressing her from the front and weaving in assault and after image thrust to break down her stamina bar. The last thing I'll mention about gear is to try and keep your agility to B tier at a minimum. That way you still have enough speed and stamina to dodge and attack non-stop. Moving on to skills, let's go over the ones that cost stamina first. Moonlight Stance is a no-brainer. The extra damage from your after images is always great, plus the bonus stamina recovery makes every encounter so much smoother. Vital Strike is just a great attack to close the distance and strike the enemy on the head, which oftentimes is actually their weak spot. And lastly, Assault. When you're low on spirit, this is your go-to to chunk Trokka's stamina bar. Additionally, this skill receives a 15% damage increase from our Deep Shadow set. Moving on to spirit skills, Javelin is very useful for stopping Trokka from casting her spells. After Image Thrust is our main ability to attack Trokka's stamina whenever we have the spirit to do so. Plus, it's also buffed by our Deep Shadow set for 20% bonus damage. And lastly, Trance is a quick and reliable way to tack on extra damage to any combo. Alright, we now have all the tools to take down Trokka with a reliable rush down spear build. You've seen how we make use of each ability, but here's a few more clips of how to successfully navigate this boss fight. Once you're feeling more confident in this encounter, you can move on to incorporating a couple of items, more skills, reflection, and even a cool usage for phantom form that I'm sure a lot of you are not making use of. Let's start with the items. Go ahead and pop a fire or lightning enhancer at the start of the fight. This extra damage just pushes the fight along faster and gives her less chance to hit you with status effects. Secondly, take a fire or lightning essence. You have time to chuck these at her when she's summoning the thunderstorm or when she summons the circle of protective jellyfish around her. Thirdly, I like to take the Eagle Wind Spirit skill to hit her from afar when necessary. It's better than Javelin because it hits harder and will also apply whatever elemental attribute your spear has from using enhancers. Phantom Heatwave can be used to brink guard an attack while buffing up our Moonlight Stance damage. I like to use this when Trokka goes for her umbrella swinging combo or when she's dashing at you with her spinning umbrella attack. I don't use it a lot because it costs 2 spirit to cast, but it's still an effective way to boost our damage while blocking her attacks. Moving on to reflection, I really think you only need to reflect 1 or 2 moves per boss fight. Against Trokka, we're just going to focus on reflecting this third attack from her umbrella sequence. Crush her stamina bar and proceed to deal out huge damage with your spear combos. Now let's touch on the phantom form. I haven't found a good method to use this form yet. It feels really clunky and weak. However, it is great for removing negative status effects on Khazan. For this fight in particular, you can remove the frost and frostbite status effects that Trokka's attacks inflict. You'll only get 1 use out of it per fight, so I tend to use it after the barrage of projectile attacks. The last advanced tip is to untoggle your target lock and turn your camera to see a better angle for Trokka's burst attack. I have trouble seeing exactly how close she is when she performs this particular burst attack head on, but unlocking the camera helps out tremendously here. So that's my complete guide for taking down Trokka with the Deep Shadow Spear set. What techniques are you using that I didn't cover here? Or maybe what's a specific attack pattern that you're still struggling with? Drop it in the comments below and let's help each other master this fight. Now earlier I did mention reflecting Trokka's attacks making the fight much more consistent, so if that's something you're still struggling with, then I recommend you check out this video here.